The silence surrounding you isn't emptiness. It's the weight of someone close to you standing at the edge of a decision that has your name carved into its center. Every breath they take haunted by how their next move could change everything between you. A decision soaked in consequence and divine timing, one they're barely strong enough to carry. One they've prayed over, asked for signs about, yet still hesitate. And you felt it too. The strange quiet, the sudden shifts in their behavior that weren't coldness, but the tremors of someone who cares so deeply it paralyzes them. Caught between loyalty and fear, truth and fallout. And as you read this, you're meant to know. Their silence was never about indifference. It was the loudest cry for help they could make without words, because they made a choice before and paid the price. And now that same crossroad haunts them again, afraid that choosing wrong might cost them you, the one thing they can't afford to lose. And so they stall, disappear, bury the truth beneath trembling guilt and haunted eyes. Stuck between a future they dream of with you and a past they can't escape. And all this time you were sensing shadows without a source, holding on without answers. But Archangel Michael is revealing now. They tried to tell you weeks ago, but someone warned them not to. Someone with control. A third party whose fear of the truth outweighs their grip on morality. And this person holds leverage. Money, blood ties, inheritance, documents, and they're silencing your person out of self-preservation. But divine light is fracturing through that darkness now, and their hand is so close to the phone, trembling on the edge of calling, aching to confess not just the secret, but the burden it's become. Because this is no longer about romance. It's about destiny. About breaking cycles and shifting the course of both your lives. And someone jealous tried to convince them that helping you would ruin them. That choosing you would destroy all they'd built. But now they know. Nothing built in fear survives. And what they delayed out of protection has become a prison. And their spirit is pacing like a lion. Waking up at 3:33 a.m. Hearing songs that sound like your laughter. Reading your name in unexpected places. Fighting with every breath to hold back a truth that's breaking them open. Because this secret, though not betrayal, is something you wouldn't have approved of. And they thought burying it would keep you safe. But now they see that silence is the thing tearing you apart. And they're standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing that a single step could mean either redemption or ruin. And someone older, manipulative, is pressuring them to stay quiet, using fear, control, emotional blackmail to keep this locked. But heaven is intervening now. Signs in dreams, whispers in solitude, flashes of you in the faces of strangers, and their soul is crying out not for escape, but for forgiveness. for one more chance to make it right. Because the moment of truth is racing toward you both, and their hands may be shaky, their breath may tremble. But inside that hesitation is the kind of raw honesty that burns through all illusion, and they're preparing a message, a letter, a memory, something tangible to bridge the gap between what was and what could still be. And they've cried over your photo, spoken your name to the ceiling, asked angels to undo what silence created. And now the divine push is unstoppable, because clarity is coming like lightning, sudden, powerful, impossible to ignore, and they're ready not to impress you, but to bear the truth they thought might destroy you, but now know might set you both free. And Archangel Michael says the pain of hiding has become unbearable, that they will choose action, even if it's messy, even if their voice cracks, because your love is no longer just a memory. It's their map back to who they were before the lies. And though someone from their past returned to pull them back into fear, their soul is stronger now, armored by divine love, and they will come forward, with or without approval, because their heart remembers you. And your name was the light in their dark night of the soul. And though the air around you has felt heavy, it's not your burden alone. It's the weight of destiny moving into alignment, and what they say next will shift your path forever. Not just emotionally, but financially, spiritually, directionally, because someone told them you were a risk, but now they see. Not choosing you is the real loss, and what they once buried is rising to the surface, seeking the air of honesty, and they will come, possibly with tears, possibly with broken words, but definitely with truth. And that truth will explain the gaps, the absences, the distance that hurt more than silence ever should have. And you'll understand. It was never rejection. It was hesitation soaked in love. And now the generational vows, the curses. Tonight, a truth older than your first breath breaches the surface. It does not knock, it rises, dressed in the ink-stained voices of those who gave you life. Your mother and father never meant for you to uncover it early, but the hour has been pushed forward by hands unseen. What waits is not a mere letter. It's a covenant, a legal document signed with trembling hands, sealed with a name you don't use, but once did, a name ancient, sacred, chosen in the hush before your first cry. In the forgotten wooden box beneath your earliest memories lies a legacy too potent to destroy, too dangerous to reveal until now. It is not memory they hid, it is inheritance. And once opened, it will awaken forces who always watched, who never dared act until your soul aligned. They won't come with kindness. They'll arrive cloaked in silence, wrapped in motives too smooth to touch. Your parents didn't hide this out of fear of you, but fear for you. Knowing this truth would tilt the balance of your life and the bloodlines entangled with it. Your mother wept over that envelope, whispering words no human ear caught, her tears blurring ink that still carries her prayer. Your father's silence thundered across time, his grip on the pen etched invisible boundaries across your life. You weren't abandoned, you were armored. Destiny waited for the right wound to heal before unlocking the seal. It's midnight now, and the footsteps of someone carrying a worn leather envelope are already on your path. In it is your return to origin. The folded paper inside, stained at the corners and wrapped in red thread, holds a phrase that begins, "If you are reading this, then my child has come back to the path." Those words were meant for your eyes only, but they ripple across timelines. The one carrying it knows your name, but will not speak it unless your eyes demand the truth. Your mother and father weren't just ordinary souls. They were protectors of something cosmic, entrusted with your birth like priests of an unspoken rite. They raised you in shadows to keep your light uncorrupted, because someone once told them your name would draw the heavens and the hunted. And now, everything is shifting. The next time you hold something from your childhood, the weight in your chest won't be nostalgia. It will be the prophecy tugging at its leash. Your name, the true one, is inscribed not just in golden ink, but into a realm between waking and sleep, where time kneels to spiritual law. Your parents visited this place, your father on a mountain, your mother in a vision. They came back changed, unable to speak what they saw, only able to guard what they carried. When your name is spoken in the right tone, the doors it opens will not be of this world. That name will be spoken soon, not by a stranger, but someone your father once trusted and then exiled after a betrayal that scarred both fate and flesh. This person held the second copy of the sealed letter. Yes, there are two. The first lies hidden near you. The second is coming closer even now, wrapped in leather that smells like memory. That envelope has traveled a dangerous path, through hands loyal and hands false, and now it is coming home. But be warned, the truth it holds may unravel every version of your past. Your parents looked at you one last time with eyes that whispered what their voices could not. You were never meant to be ordinary. Your chaos was not random. It was preparation. In the sealed document lies a hand-drawn map, sketched in charcoal and signed by a name you've never heard, yet it knows you. That map leads below the surface, to a space your parents feared, a space others now race toward. Only you carry the signature of origin, the one that makes the seal respond. The one who knocks soon is not just a courier. They were there when it was hidden. The wind outside shifted that night. The animals fell silent, and your mother whispered your name in tones reserved for angels. The seal was not wax. It was sacred oil, blessed by a woman who vanished after holding you and speaking your future aloud. That box that resisted your touch for years did so for protection. Now it calls. Your father left part of the message for you, and part for someone you've yet to meet. They carry no visible scar, but their spirit echoes yours. They'll reveal themselves when you speak your father's line. The truth was never mine to bury, only to protect. They'll arrive like a name you forgot but always knew. With them comes access to what your parents couldn't finish alone. Your mother dreamt of this night. She wrote symbols in a hidden journal, marking the time when you would finally awaken and light would return to your bloodline. She knew you were conceived not just in flesh, but in celestial convergence. When you open the letter, your mind will shift. Memories you never lived will flood you, not illusions, but soul memories. Your enemies will stir. They don't know what's inside, but they feel the unraveling of their grip.